take care of home first. Home base where loan works in your favor. Keep your head down, keep patience, keep going. Keep something in the stash for the rain. Keep something in the glass for the pain. Keep up with the greatest alive with no budget. Yeah, smash through the game. I done seen life change right in front of my eyes, right in front of my building.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to talk about, will Brad Holmes make his first power move for this franchise on Tuesday? Now, before I get into Brad Holmes, I want to talk about the Lions and what they did today. The Lions went out and dismantled and mauled the Tennessee Titans on today. Final score was 52-14. Jared Goff still threw three touchdown passes, only had 85 yards passing. He didn't even get to 100 yards. David Montgomery threw a touchdown pass. Jahmyr Gibbs, box office, had a 70-yard run. Khalif Raymond had some nice runs, and he returned a 90-yard punt return. Also Magneto, known as Kirby Joseph, ball hawking safety for the Detroit Lions, got his 5th pick of the season. He's right behind Green Bay Packers safety McKinney. I think McKinney picked off one today too. So he's at 6th, which leads the league, and Kirby Joseph is right behind him. But we know that we got the two best safeties, young safeties in the league, and that's Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. Both of these dudes are ballers. And shout out to those guys, and shout out to Kirby Joseph, a.k.a. Magneto. But let's get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lions did get the victory on today, and that's what we want to see. The Lions now currently are 6-1. And then next week, we got a huge game against the Green Bay Packers, and we got to find a way to be able to win that game at Lambeau. We got to continue to handle our business, man. But before we get into all that, we know that this Tuesday, everybody eyes and eyeballs and whatever you want to say is going to be on Brad Holmes and what type of move he makes. Now, we know as a franchise, you know, if you've been around what Brad Holmes has been cooking up for the last couple of years, we know that Brad don't normally go for the big name guys. And that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing hidden or anything like that. Brad Holmes has never gone out for big name guys. He always go get the second tier guys and things of that nature, or guys that may be sitting on that couch at home and looking to get an opportunity to play. Brad may give him a call. You know, he might call up a Bruce Irvin. He might call up a J.J. Watt or something like that. He might call up when somebody's just sitting on their couch just chilling and things of that nature. But at the same time, when you really, really look at it, Brad Holmes has never pulled off a power move. And I would love to see it happen. I don't know if we're going to see it happen on Tuesday. I don't want to get my expectations and my hopes up high, thinking that Brad Holmes is going to go out there and come back with Myles Garrett or Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson or any other big name out there. It's so many guys that we ain't even talked about that the Lions could go out there as well. Normally, we just talk about the guys that we think, you know, that's pretty much towards the end of their contract, or their teams are not playing well right now and they might want to part ways and have a fire sale on their team. So normally that's the guys that we continue to talk about. But we don't know what Brad Holmes is cooking. It could be another guy from another team. We don't know. We have no idea what Brad Holmes is going to bring back on Tuesday. But what we do know, that we definitely have to be able to get out the quarterback in the playoffs. You know, right now we look good and our offense is really, you know, holding it down and out there putting up astronomical numbers and stuff like that. But when you get in the playoffs is where the stars, the big guys come up and they make the plays in the playoffs. Now, I mean, from your star pass rushers to your star linebackers to your star safeties or corners or whatever or whatnot, or your quarterback making big plays in the playoffs, or your running backs that are key contributors to the success in the playoffs. You're going to need a pass rush going into the playoffs. Right now, we look good as a team, and it doesn't really look like, oh, man, we don't really need a pass rush. But no, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Do not let the smooth taste fool you. Brad Holmes has to be cooking up a deal in order for the Detroit Lions to win a Super Bowl. The Lions are looking good. They're one of the best teams in the NFL, and we already know that Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. And you got to be the best, you got to beat the best. And if the Lions happen to go to the Super Bowl and they have to meet up with the Chiefs, then you gotta have somebody that can get after Patrick Mahomes and cause them to have a nightmarish day. I believe the time that Pat Mahomes did, that one time that they made it to the Super Bowl, he was getting wrecked in that Super Bowl, if I can remember. It was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, they made him look not that good that day. So that's what they're saying, that emphasis on not having Hutch there, you know that you need another guy, whether it be Zadarius Smith, whoever. We need somebody that's a dog, Matt Judon or whoever. We need somebody that can get to the quarterback. We're not going to get Hassan Reddick. We already know that he signed with the Jets and he's going to stay with the Jets. But we don't know what other teams that Brad has been talking to. Maybe he come back with Joey Bosa or Khalil Mack. I'm fine with that. If he come back with one of those guys, at least I know that those two guys can ball. Khalil Mack coming off a huge season last year, double-digit sacks. We know what Joey Bosa can do as well. He can get to the quarterback as well. So if you come back with either of those guys, I'm cool with that. But we have to have somebody in order to be able to make a run in the playoffs. We got to have somebody that can get after the quarterback. We got to have that, man. And Brad knows that we need to have that. So leave it in the comments section, guys. Who do you think Brad is going to come back with? Or do you think that Brad is going to go, he's going to go with the big name guy? Do you think that Brad is going to go with the second tier guy, third tier guy? Or he's just going to lead the team the way it is and just go into the playoffs like this? But to me, if Brad Holmes is really doing his homework, he'll bring back a dog. All right, you guys. Peace.
Take care of home first. Home base where loan works in your favor. Keep your head down, keep patience, keep going. Keep something in the stash for the rain. Keep something in the glass for the pain. Keep up with the greatest alive with no budget. Yeah, smash through the game. I done seen life change right in front of my eyes. Right in front of my building. Right in front of my left. One step till I fly free, fall from the ceiling. Hit the pavement running, 9 lives. But I'm a K9. And all of my dogs got the same mind. Got the same time as I do. And I knew I was different since day one. Never riding when the night fall. God smiling when the day come. I'm A1, 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 A1 for life. Come gamble, new fight. One hand and 2 dice. One hand and 2 dice. Now roll 'em. Roll 'em. Roll 'em.